season is upon us. In New England, it usually begins in December and lasts as late as April. While it can hit anyone at any time, some people are at especially high risk for serious complications. In fact, every year in the United States, about 200,000 people end up in hospitals with very serious flu complications, and about 36,000 die from the flu.
I think the people that are most subject to the death part of it because of the serious illness are those who are obviously the older and the younger, the infants and the older people, although any one of us can transmit it to somebody else.
So, how do you know if you have the flu?
Flu, what makes it different or from a cold would be that it most often is accompanied by the sudden onset of a high fever, a whole lot of body aches, muscle pains, and absolute fatigue. You just feel absolutely wiped out, severe, and it's sudden onset, and then a sore throat with a dry cough.
Respiratory hygiene, they call it, coughing in your elbow instead of on your hand. Well, the flu virus now is on your hand and you shake hands or otherwise touch someone else. There is issues associated with hand washing. That's part of that as well, using a hand sanitizer or washing your hands on a frequent basis, because again, the virus does last on surfaces for several hours in some cases, and you can spread it from person to person indirectly and not just by coughing in someone's face.
It is always a good practice to wash your hands after you cough or sneeze. Wash your hands with warm water and put soap on them. Rub your hands together and scrub well for about 15 to 20 seconds. Try to use a paper towel to turn off the water and to open the door.
Obviously, if you are symptomatic, you shouldn't go to work. I mean, one of the problems we have in our society is this tough ethic of we got to work, and you come in sick, and now you made everybody perhaps in your office sick.
A major component of the flu that we worry about is dehydration. With a high fever, you tend to sweat more, you lose fluids, you don't have as much of an appetite, you don't have as much of a feel like the need to drink, so people don't drink as much fluid as they should. So another thing to do to treat the fever and to combat the side effect of dehydration would be to increase your fluid intake. Even if people don't feel too much like eating, to keep up with the fluids is important. Drinking small amounts frequently.
The best way to prevent the flu is to get the flu shot. You can get the shot at your primary care physician's office or other places, such as the local drugstore in your area. To find out where you can get the flu shot, please contact your local health department or go online at flucliniclocator.org.